So, um, I've been wanting to do this for a while now. I just haven't really figured out how to do it or how I wanted to do it, and I think I'm just gonna start testing stuff out and seeing how it works. So, these videos are solely just for my documentation purposes about my journey through all of this and how I'm handling things, how I'm feeling about it, what I'm doing, what I'm not doing, all of that good stuff. And so it is going to be in horrible video quality. As you can tell, I'm in my car. The light in my car is really bad, so this is just it's gonna be a learning experience for me, basically. But these videos are solely just for my, like I said, my documentation purposes, and not really just for anybody to watch. um I mean, people are free to watch if they would like to. It does get serious and kind of personal though, so if you don't really, if you're not into the sob stories, don't, just go away. Okay, thank you. Um, so hello, my name is Alexis. I am 20 years old and I am a diabetic. Diabetes runs in my family on both sides, my dad's and my mom's side. And I just have a lot of feelings towards it. And I feel like writing it would take, I'm not patient enough to write it all out. So I want to do a video. I want to do videos on my experiences, how I feel, and everything that's wrapped around that. So that's why I decided to do it here like this, because it won't take up space on my phone. Because I want to do videos like this very frequently and I want to keep up with them and to do them. And I just find that it would be easiest to do it like this. That way I'm always able to look at them or maybe go over them. But I don't have to store them in my phone all the time, so that's why I've decided to record this and then stick them up on a YouTube. um so that's why I'm doing this. But um so let's just start from the beginning. It was maybe a year and a half ago, back in the beginning of 2019. I had went into the doctors to be put onto some birth control, and then when I had to take a urine sample, and when I did that, they found there's a lot of sugar in my urine. There was a lot of glucose in there, and well, first off, before I continue, I'm not an expert. I'm just getting into all this, even though I've been diagnosed about a year and a half ago. I'm uneducated. I don't know everything. Don't base everything on you off of me, because everybody is different. Nobody's the same. Your body reacts to different stuff. My body reacts to different stuff. So, yeah, just want to make that clear. This is not, I'm not a doctor. I don't have any license. I don't have any degree. I'm a high school graduate. That's it. That all I have is my high school diploma, and that's it. So, yeah, anyway, there's a disclaimer. So, back to what I was saying. I found out last year, the beginning of last year in 2019, that I am a diabetic because they found a lot of sugar in my urine. And when they did more tests, they did find that I am a diabetic. First they told me I was type 1, and then by the mid to beginning of June of last year, they said, oh no, you're type 2, you're not type 1. And so when in the midst of all of that, they put me on insulin. I had to check my blood sugar. Then after, more so towards June, I was put on metformin. I was put on a lot of stuff, and I was getting better. My blood sugar levels were going down. They were going down to normal, because my quote unquote normal for my body is about between 250 to 300, and that's high, because for what your normal blood sugar is supposed to be is between, I think it was like 70 and 120. I think that's the normal blood sugar level, and mine was like double, triple, even maybe. I can't do math. It was very, very high for a normal person, and so because of that, um I was bloated after I started eating some certain foods. I was going to the bathroom a lot. So those were just some kind of signs that were shown. I didn't really pick up on it though, because I didn't know anything else. And another thing was that whenever I ate sugary foods like candy or whatever, I would get a headache. And I would either have to drink a lot of water, or I would have to drink, or not drink, I would have to eat really salty foods like salt, like crackers or chips or something, just to make that headache go away. I don't know how or why that would work, but it did. And so that's what I did. As I started to eat like really salty foods and drink a lot of water. But I just thought it was like whatever, I ate too much sugar, like a little sugar high, it's okay. Um, but no, I actually am diabetic. Um, and so the end of June last year, I ended up completely moving out from my home state of Colorado up to Montana for because my living situation in Colorado was no longer benefiting me mentally or physically. So I decided to move up to Montana with one of my older sisters who I am currently living with right now. Even a year and a half later, but I'm living with her right now, and um because I moved up to Montana, I was on Medicaid or Medicare, whichever one. Both my parents are technically disabled, so I was on, I think it was Medicaid. Um and when I moved up to Montana, all of that got shut off. I wasn't able to get any health insurance right away. I don't know if there are programs that I could have gotten on, but from what I know of, I couldn't. So I basically went up until last month, June of 2020, without insurance. So I was really scared to go see the doctor because a couple times when I did, those doctor's appointments would be like $200-$300 worth for one like half-hour appointment, not even. So I was really scared to go to the doctor because if you're a diabetic, you have to consistently go to the doctor, and I wasn't about to rack up all of those bills for myself. I didn't want to do that. So I didn't. And that's a really bad thing to do if you're diabetic because I took myself off of insulin, which you shouldn't do. You should not do. I stopped taking my medicine and all of that, and I thought, oh no, I'll be fine. Whatever. I don't have to worry about it. And I will admit that, like, year period, it was kind of like my graceful or grace. It was my peaceful year, basically. I kind of didn't really care about it. I didn't check my blood sugar at all, didn't take insulin, nothing for it. I ate however I wanted, which is really bad because, sugars and carbs are really bad for diabetics. But I didn't really care, and I couldn't really afford to eat healthy. I still can't afford to eat healthy, but it's not like I'm reaching for that cookie jar because I don't have any vegetables. That's not like what's happening now. So a couple months ago, more signs started to pop up, and my health has been going down a lot. So this might sound really gross and personal, so if you don't want to listen to it, don't listen to it. In my lady regions, I started getting an abscess, whatever those are called. I started getting those down there. They are very painful, and they're basically just like a little pocket of pus, I guess you could say, and they hurt. I first thought they were pimples, so I thought, oh, maybe I'm just having a little breakout, whatever, but then it kept growing and growing, and I have acne prone skin, so I'm like, this doesn't seem like a pimple. Like, that's not how a normal pimple works. It was an abscess because I went to the doctor and I got them drained. I got those taken care of. But even to this day, I'm still getting some. They're still growing and becoming uncomfortable. I am kind of keeping it under wraps though because I don't let them get as big as they used to. I do try and drain them whenever, and sometimes they'll pop on their own. It is really gross, but I'm documenting this for my own self, so yeah. But there's that. And then I get headaches a lot, and like I used to, whenever I would eat really either sugary foods or foods full of carbs, the next day I would be bloated as hell. It would be like that uncomfortable bloated, and I would take stomach medicine for it, like Pepto or Tums or something, and hope it would go away. And of course it would go away, but it went away with time. And then, so I basically just kept repeating that. And so it's really uncomfortable to be that bloated. And so yeah. With my work, I do get health insurance, and I was supposed to get health insurance back in February of this year. It is now August. um I was supposed to get health insurance back in February, but somebody messed up on the paperwork or whatever, and I didn't get it until last month or the month before. So I just went to go see a diabetic doctor last week. I have been put on insulin. I have to check my blood sugar 4 times a day. I'm trying to watch what I eat. Like I said, it's kind of really hard because I'm not the wealthiest person, and fresh vegetables and really super healthy meals, they do cost more than what I would normally eat, like maybe just like a sandwich and some chips and a soda. Like those are like going through a fast food uh drive-through and getting something quick to eat is cheaper and quicker than trying to like meal prep and buy all this stuff and cook. And because you can't really get something really fast to eat that's healthy for you as a diabetic. So I have been eating out a lot. It's really not good for me. Um and I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be more aware. I am trying to drink water. Um I'm just trying to be healthier overall, but I don't want to make this seem like I'm throwing a pity party, because I'm not the first person that's been diagnosed with it, and I guarantee I'm not going to be the last person to be diagnosed as well. But I'm mad that I'm diabetic, if that even makes sense, because having diabetes is a whole life-changing thing. And I'm only 20 years old. So it is life-changing because I have to change how I eat, what I put into my body, how I treat my body, because if I don't, diabetes is a serious disease. I could have bigger, way more health complications in the future if I don't take care of myself now. And that's kind of that's kind of why I'm mad, is because I love pasta. I love cookies, I love brownies, cake. I love all of that. And granted, I could still have those, but I can't like sit in front of a TV show and eat a whole roll of Oreos like I would like to. I can maybe have one, two serving suggestion, no more than that. And it just makes me mad because I feel like my choice has been taken away. Like I know you can't choose what medical conditions you have, because who would choose to have a disease, to be sick, have chronic pain? Nobody would choose that, right? But I'm like angry that, like, why me? And that sounds really selfish and really stupid, because like I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, why me? Why couldn't this have happened to somebody else, but not me? And I think that's really like a selfish thought that I have, because I wouldn't want to wish this upon anybody. I wouldn't want to wish any sort of form of any disease onto anybody. That's just a horrible thing to wish upon another human, no matter how bad they are, because like I wouldn't want them to wish that upon me either. So I just kind of have to sit and be like, well, this could go one or two ways. Like the first way, you could take care of yourself, eat healthy, take your medicine, do everything you can to try and take care of yourself for your future self. You are doing this for your future self. Or I could keep going the route I used to, eat what I want, do what I want, don't take my medicine, don't do anything to help my future self, don't do any of that. But I think that's also a selfish thing of me, because I want to worry about present me, not future me. And that's like rude of myself, because that's my future. I am able to control my future right here and right now, and I'm being selfish about it because I want to live my life right now how I want to. I don't want anything or anybody to get in my way of doing that, but the thing that's getting in my way is my own body. It's not working properly how it's supposed to, hence I have a disease. So that's why I'm angry, is because, like, why won't my body work right? Why won't it cooperate and be nice? Like, why? Just why? The big question is why, and there's really no answer for that. Like, why do you have this disease? Why do you have diabetes? Why do you have cancer? Why do you have depression? All of this, there's no answer to that. And so I just kind of sit here and I'm like, well, okay. So I think there's just a lot of resentment towards it. I don't want to think, oh yeah, I have diabetes, because it is a in my mind, the stereotypical diabetic looks kind of heavy set, and they've eaten like a lot of sugar, and they've just messed up themselves when they were younger or in their 30s or 40s, whatever. But I'm only 20, and granted, I didn't grow up in the wealthiest family, so yeah, we would go like discount rack. Oh, this loaf of bread is $1, let's grab that. um Make a lot of spaghetti that's easy and cheap to make, and I had a lot of siblings too, so feed everybody, make sure everybody's fed for the cheapest price, because we need to have enough money for another meal. So I didn't grow up eating the best stuff, and I'm not really nutritionally informed on foods and stuff like that. So it's making a lot harder for me now, because I have to teach myself, oh, look at the carbs, look at the total carbs, look at the sugar, alcohol, look at the total sugars, all of this. I have to teach myself. And it's kind of frustrating, because I'm one of those people where if I don't immediately know everything and I don't get it right away off the bat, it frustrates me. It makes me upset. It discourages me. It makes me want to quit. But I'm going to have this for the rest of my life. And I kind of just need to get that through my head, that I'm going to be dealing with diabetes until the day I am laying in a hospital bed and I take my last breath. I am going to have this disease for the rest of my life. So honestly, I just need to buckle down and be like, you need to take care of yourself, because if you don't, this could complicate things way more than they need to be in the future. Granted, my health is going to go down anyway because of having diabetes anyway, but if I don't take care of myself now, it could be like a million times worse in the future. Then if I take my medicine, check my blood sugar, eat right, exercise, if I do all of that now, I won't have as many or as horrible health complications as I would if I didn't do all of that in the future. So I realize I need to do it, but there's just I work in a bakery, okay, and I'm realizing that's a horrible spot to put a diabetic in, because there's donuts, there's breads, cookies, brownies, cinnamon rolls, all of this food that I love to eat, and I really can't eat any of it. I can't eat how I used to, and that temptation is there, but it is mind over matter, and I'm trying to think of different ways, like, because I get sugar cravings a lot, especially after I eat like my lunch or my dinner or whatever. I'll get a sugar craving, and so I've been thinking like, oh, how do I nip this in the butt and not or and substitute that cookie that looks really good for something else, like, oh, maybe you'll have an apple, or like half an apple, or drink some water or something. I'm trying to think of healthier alternatives to everything, but I don't know how. I don't I don't know how, but I can educate myself on that. I can teach myself, okay, if you're having a sugar craving, go drink a cup of water, wait maybe 10 minutes, and if you still have that craving, Maybe eat like a slice of, maybe eat like half an apple. Wait another 10 minutes. If I still have that craving, I don't know, maybe drink more water. I'm trying to lean myself off of sugar because, like any other normal American, my body's addicted to sugar. I like sugar. I have such a big sweet tooth, and that's not good for a diabetic, clearly. So I have to like reteach my brain how to. Oh no, I just have to like teach my brain in general, being like, no, maybe you shouldn't eat that muffin. Like you don't need all those carbs, all those sugars. You don't need all of that. You don't need to eat that. But then I kind of sometimes I do stress eat when I have a very stressful day at work. I will eat a donut. And I need to stop doing that because like when my brain realizes, "Oh, we're stressed." Like start craving sugar. We need that sugar. And so then I'm going to be like, "Oh yeah, I'll just eat that donut, cuz I'm stressed out and whatever." And I don't want to make that form into a habit, because if I do, then still I'm not helping my future self, basically. So, um, I really need to buckle down, just to, like, be more wiser with what I eat, because I've been taking my medicine, I've been doing my blood sugar, I've been doing all of that fine, but my blood sugar is still in the mid 250s, or like the mid 200s, so like the 250s. And, granted, I have been eating healthier. I have said no to some sugary or carb filled foods. If I don't, I try to not eat as much. I try to be like aware, like, okay, this is how much you're putting into your body. But I do slip up. I eat some junk, and that's really not good for me, because I don't, like I said, I don't want it to become a habit that, oh, you can eat this. It's okay this one time, because then next time, oh, it's okay this one time. And the next time, oh, it's okay this one time. And I don't want to do that. So I kind of want to set a game plan for myself. Like when I have those sugar cravings, maybe I have like sugar-free tea flavor things for like water. Maybe I should just keep a water in my lunch bag at work all the time, in one of those little sugar-free tea packets. So when I get a sugar craving, I could just go get that and then drink it, and it is sweet, but it's not gonna spike my blood sugar like how eating a maple sprinkled covered donut. So I think maybe that's my first goal, is that if I get any sugar cravings, just to keep a bottle of water with me, or go get a cup of water or something and drink one of those tea flavor things, just to kind of like be like, okay, body, here's like that sweet stuff. Here's the sweet stuff you want. It tastes sweet. And then maybe also like drink some water with it. Um, yeah, and I should absolutely tell myself no to donuts, cookies, cakes, all of that. Unless it's like a special, like a super special occasion, like maybe it's a birthday or something. Maybe have like a tiny, not a full piece of cake, but maybe just to give me a couple bites. Or just like to have the taste of it, if that makes sense. Um, but it is really hard because, like I said, I'm not the wealthiest person ever, but I know I'm not trying to make up excuses, and that's the last thing I want to do. So I just need to sit down for the ride, because there's really no other option for me. It's either I take care of myself, or I just don't, and potentially just let my body deteriorate and not have a good time, because it's not fun. I'll tell you that. The consequences from just like a year and a half are not fun. Like I said, I've been getting abscesses, whatever. I've been getting chronic yeast infections as well, because my sugar is too high. I've been getting bloated after I eat certain foods, headaches, all of that. And so I'm sick of it. I'm sick of feeling horrible all the time. So I'm going to start taking better care of myself. And if it's not to take care of myself for me, maybe for somebody else, for my boyfriend, so that I could live a long and happy life with him. Or maybe my cat, do it for my cat, because I would hate for me to not come back one day and he's just like, where is she, like, where is she gone, and I never get to say goodbye to him. Like, I know it might sound stupid, but if I've learned anything, is that the reason to maybe the best reason to do something is not for yourself, but it's for maybe somebody else or something else. And so maybe that's going to be my motivation, is I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing this for other people. I'm doing this so that I can say hello and goodbye to, or say hello to my cat every day when I come home from work, to give my boo loves and kisses, and, just live happy. And honestly, that's honestly what I should do, is just do it to live happy. Because yeah, it is tedious doing all of that. Having to take insulin every day, being poked and probed all the time, my fingers bleeding every day because I have to check my blood sugar. I don't want to do it, but I'm not giving myself any other option. I'm going to do it, not for myself, but for other people. And yeah. I can honestly sit here and be angry all I want and just wish and wish and wish I didn't have this disease and I wasn't diabetic and I didn't have to take insulin or watch the food I eat. I could sit here and wish as hard as I can, but that's not going to change anything. That's not going to do anything for myself except for give me false hope that, oh yeah, I don't have it. I don't have diabetes, which is a complete and utter lie, because I do. And so I'm not going to give myself any other choice. I need to take care of myself, because nobody else is. Nobody else is going to be around me all the time. Hey, don't eat that brownie. Hey, don't drink that soda. Hey, don't drink that juice. No, I have to do that for myself. I have to be my own inner coach, basically. And it's going to be rough. It's going to be very hard. And that's why I'm doing these videos, is so that I can document it. Because, like I said, writing, I'm too impatient to write it all down. And I just feel like talking is the easiest and the fastest way for me to get my information, to get my point across, to do all that. So yeah, this is the first of many vlogs. Well, not really vlogs, but technically vlogs, I guess. This is the first of many I'm going to record. I don't know how often I'll do them, because I kind of want to do them by myself. And I'm rarely by myself, because I'm either at work or I'm either with my boyfriend all the time. So he is at work right now. I have to go pick him up soon. So I want to plan to do this at least once a week. Just be like this, sit in my car once a week, kind of wrap up, summarize the week, how it went, what I was bad on, what I could do better on, all of this, see my progress through it. And maybe, who knows, in a year, I'll be watching this video and be like, wow, I've changed a lot. I've come a long way from where I used to be. And be proud of myself, because I know if other people can do it, then what's stopping me from doing it? You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be the best. But best things in life are never easy, am I right? So I think that basically wraps this up. I know I'll have something else come to my mind later, but I have to go pick up my boyfriend from work. He gets off work here in a little bit, so I'm going to go pick him up and just set myself a goal. My goal for this upcoming week, it is August 2nd. It is Sunday, August 2nd. My goal for this week up until Sunday, August 9th. Is it the 9th? My goal for myself is, if I have a sugar craving, pack a water bottle with me with a tea packet. If I have a sugar craving, drink half a bottle, drink one of those bottles, and then see what happens. And say no to any leftover goodies in the bakery because I don't need them. I don't need to eat them. They're not good for me. I don't need them. I want them. I want them really bad, but I don't need them. So I can live without them. So that's my goal. Try and stop my sugar cravings and don't eat that sugary food. Don't eat the sugary foods because that's not going to do anything but make me feel worse and guilty. And then make me want to eat more, which is just going to repeat the cycle. So that's my goal for this upcoming week. To also drink more water, of course. I try to religiously drink water, but we're going to do it more. So until next time, I guess we'll see you later. Bye-bye.